Few words really. There's a lot of people here and you're all part of a team that has made this possible, and I always like to reflect at this moment to think the part you played in it, the part we played together in it. It truly is a team game what we do, and we probably don't sit down and think about that as much as we should, because we're lucky to be in an industry where we really are creating something, and something that stands the test of time, and something that people are going to use in this community for years, if not generations to come, which quite frankly I'm very proud of, and so should everybody here be. I want to commend our customer. They've been a delight to work with, a truly delight to work with, and it's great to be able to help them with their vision, your vision here. I think what you're doing for your community is awesome. And it wasn't the last time I was here. I do actually come to my jobs occasionally, but when we did the topping out, we made a few commitments around community investment and engagement in the community, which is something that we and Scape do really believe in. And I just want to let you know how we're getting on with those. This project is delivered 273 weeks of apprentice weeks, so investing in the legacy for new people to join our industry. 390 school and college workshops, 137 weeks of project-initiated apprentices. So that's key actually, because a lot of apprentices have to obviously work, but we make an obligation to start apprentices because of this job as well. So that's a really good way of keeping a lot of the money that's invested in this project in the community as well. I hope you enjoy walking around the building as much as I will. At this point I'm always asked, will it finish on time? Well, I can tell you absolutely it will. The industry I work in is something I don't think many people have a lot of confidence in. And I spent 30 years in this industry saying, good jobs, bad jobs. We have good jobs and we have bad jobs. And you may have heard that said in your time in this industry too. But it stopped with my business. The only jobs we do are good jobs. And I've got to say, how does that happen? Given this is a risky process, no one's ever built this before, there must be things that we don't we're going to have problems. Maybe that will delay the job. I think what it is, and to go back to that teamwork thing, we have very good relationships with our supply chain. We're not people that just pick supply chain out of a hat. It's people we work with for years. We've created relationships that you can rely on so that we can deliver right every time. So I am tremendously confident to stand here and say that you will get your building on time, and it will be a quality that we can all be proud of. It won't be full of snags. It won't have defects that the operator is frustrated by and we have problems with. We'll deliver you something we can all be proud of, and that's an obligation that we take when we take on the work. So I'm very proud to be able to say that in this industry, because I'm not sure many people can say that. But thank you for listening to me. I'm just going to introduce you to Tim, who's standing next to me patiently and wishing me to shut up. So.
I had the opportunity to go around this building earlier on today with Roger, and it's a very impressive building, and it's quite obviously built to a very high standard. You can see that from just about everything that goes on, and anything you ask Roger or anybody about this building looks good, and there's always a good response. I've got to get my glasses on now. This new Hart Leisure Centre is being built for a cost of 23 million. It's designed to cater for both present and future demand, and we expect that in the first 6 months it will be inundated with visitors keen to experience what's going on with this really quite exemplary and amazing leisure hub. You'll see the sports hall. It's expansive, and it's been set up to ensure that it can be used for all types of sporting events and exhibitions. It may even be able to count the next general election. Now, we don't know when that will be, but hopefully 2020. The aerodynamic roof over the swimming pool faces south to give the most benefit from the solar panels, which will complement our own combined heat and power generator. so the centre become a super efficient in terms of energy production, and at times we will be exploiting energy to the national grid. We know that our residents demand quality services, and we've engaged everyone active, our operation partner, to deliver it. I'm pleased to see that Duncan and his team are here today. To that end, the reception area is going to be hotel-like in its appearance, whilst the indoor areas will be high specification and suited to the demands of all who use it: swimmers, dancers, gym users and so on. However, we mustn't forget the outdoor sports area. They're just as important. For example, the 4 artificial grass 5-a-side courts will mean football will not dominate the indoor sports hall, thus leaving it available for other sports: gymnastics, basketball, badminton, volleyball and anything else that people might want to do in there, provided they're reasonable, of course. The full-size artificial turf pitch will be floodlit. It's been designed to governing body standards so that it's suitable for league games throughout the year. The standard is known as the FIFA standard. I'm pleased to confirm that Sepp Blatter was not involved in this project. We haven't forgotten about the younger residents either, so we've included 2 junior grass pitches to meet the demands for football, which is inevitable as Hart builds on its reputation as the best place to live in England. Hopefully one day we will produce a player or 2 who can match the latest exploits of the Welsh team in France. Until then, I hope the local families will take advantage of our new marvellous facilities. The view from the top of this building is amazing. The country park next door, which you can see over there, is also part of the Council's leisure offer. It reflects our approach to nature conservation, biodiversity and recreational open space. It was essential, therefore, that the shape of this building, the design of the landscape around it, reflected that ethos. We hope that we have achieved this by curving and colouring the building, by planting trees and shrubs around the undulations and swales, and by sowing wildlife-loving flowers and grasses. We've even asked Wilmot Dixon to incorporate the terrace seating into some of the grassy mounds, so that those visitors not actually playing sports can enjoy a cup of coffee or an ice cream from the ground floor coffee shop. Finally, a big thank you to Wilmot Dixon. I think they've done a super job so far, and it looks as though everything's on time, which Roger confirms is what everybody asks him. The perennial question, it's going to be on time. Yes, isn't it, Roger?
Yes.
I think we also...
That's my problem.
I think we also need to thank the team at Hart who have been designing and doing all the work behind the scenes to get this wonderful building operational. People like Ken Crooks and Alan Oliver and 1 or 2 others. Carl, of course, all been on the design and work team. And we hope that we can hand over well to everyone active fairly soon, i.e. in February or so on, so that they can run what is now going to be an exemplary building. So now I suppose I can declare this topping out complete.
We'll take it.
Okay.
Big smile that was way. Get this on.
Okay.
Right, just drip.
You're following me. Nearly done.
Right, before we embarrass Carl in a minute, because Carl has done a huge amount of work to move us to this situation where we're in a half-completed leisure centre that in less than a year's time will be serving the people of Hart. So can we all say a formal vote of thanks to Carl for the effort he's put in?